you that said it couldn't be done. Guess what? It's done.
Ha 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 ha
Let
ha.
me feel mixtape volume 1.
Ha 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 ha.
This is about to be fire.
Fire! You know what time it is.
But the clock still run. Boat steady sinking, but the boy still run. AP on my watch, stones in my charm. This is like a model, so my bitch be on my arm. 4-5 on my hip, I don't need no guards. Boy, your last inches might as well keep it calm. And I ain't got my rap, but your boy dropping bombs. And I ain't got no limit, I be reaching for the stars. Riding around slowly, gun off in my palm. They be talking shit, but them boys ain't going hard. And I know you soft to make me pull your whole card. You know I'm with the shit, so you boys shouldn't start. Now I catch you with your bitch. Why you walk into the car, and that bitch get the stick,
AKA
and you see that bitch spark, and you think I'm running out. That's a whole 100 drum.
That's my new title. I have given me.
Then your ass out of love, and I get the bus shot. Then your ass better up, talking loud, full of goons, and your ass gets drunk. Say that boy won't be. Is that really what he wants?
Family.
No, who I am. Is he stupid? Is he dumb? I'm a real street nigga from the slums when the nigga went to school back.
Into my living room, my bedroom, my back, wherever I'm at, I bring y'all in with me. Ain't nothing. We ain't doing all that, that other stuff here. We just chilling, sit with our feet crossed, in our bra and panties or whatever, in our pajamas, sweatpants. We just chilling. Yes, y'all, we are listening to Game Time by my brother. Game time, y'all. Game time. It's game time, y'all. What y'all waiting on? Game time. But yeah, there is a lot of stuff going on, y'all. Y'all just don't be knowing. Oh my goodness. Like when you living a life that I'm just like literally scratching my head because things just flowing. Like the flow just stops. Life don't wait on you. You got to get on board. For real. And I'm excited about what's going down, what's going up, what's happening in my life, in the life of my family, my friends. Like I'm just, God is good all the time. For real. I got some projects I'm working on literally now, and I'm just excited. You guys know I'm an author, I'm a writer, so I've been writing really my entire life. Excuse me. And so I'm just stepping out, and doing other things with my writings now, which I've always had the, capability of doing. But you just, that's why it's important for parents, these new parents, if you got little babies and little kids now, please hear me and hear me well. Let your children be who they are. Stop trying to force them into who you think they should be. That is the biggest mistake that parents do. Let your kids be an individual. Please. I mean, eventually they'll get it. They can't get it wrong because God's going to always lead them back. But just let them flow from childhood on. Take it from someone who had to find her way back. Give your kids the upper hand, please. Please take it from me. It's just, we gotta learn. That's the dysfunction. That's generational curse. It ain't got nothing to do with drinking, smoking, cursing, whatever, that list that man has made to try to control what's going on and figure it out in the physical sense of no, that ain't even half of what's happening. That ain't got nothing to do with it. It's all the beliefs that you plant in your children's subconscious that you don't even know you're doing because you don't even know you believe it. Because it's just been so normal for you. Man, y'all don't even know what y'all listening to now. That's your girl. That's how y'all get to hear that. That is my new project I'm working on, y'all. I am the spoken word goddess, the poetic goddess, LockMarie. Woo! Give it up for your girl! Yes! Yes! Thank you. Thank you. I love y'all. Thank you. Yeah, you can take my picture now. Take it. Take it. Take it. Here, get this angle. Yes, I have been in the studio working on some stuff with my brothers and his other producers and artists, and it's really cool. I'm enjoying it. We making stuff happen, and yeah, we're doing it family style, and that's what's important. Family, taking care of each other, making sure we do what we need to do to leave a legacy and leave new beliefs for our children and our children's children, that they can do what they were created to do. Just because I don't think it fits my program, or I don't think your thoughts should not. Stop letting what you think hinder other people's lives who you are raising or training or developing, because they don't know consciously that they have control over their thoughts, because they're a child. So they think that all they can do is absorb what you put in them. And that's why you have to be careful what you're putting in them, because you're hindering their growth, you're stunting their development mentally, emotionally, vibrationally, spiritually, and you don't even know what you're doing half the time. And then some of y'all do know what you're doing, because you know what you're doing. You just mad you couldn't do it the way you wanted to do it, and now you're literally sabotaging your children and the next generations, which you should not do. I pray that each new generation gets it and they understand, and I want them to hear me now. If they hear this podcast, the only thoughts and the only beliefs that matter or affect your life are the ones that you allow to do so. Okay? What your mama think of you, what your daddy think of you, what other people think of you does not matter. What matters is what you think about what they think, or what you think about what you're thinking. That is the only thing that matters. That is the only thing that affects you. Your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings. Well, I don't want her to feel. That does not affect your life, what she feels. But how you feel, how you're feeling about how she feels, that is what is going to keep you from reaching your goals and your ambitions and your reaching the success in life that you desire to reach. Your happiness, your peace of mind, your satisfaction, your comfort level, all is determined only by you, the individual. Which brings us to our topic for today, because I have been seeing this for years. I lived it, so I was a part of it, okay? But now that I know better, I'm going to help the next phase of people, the next generation of relationships come out stronger and more literally have a happily ever after ending. You can have a forever after. You can. There is the such thing as the perfect relationship. There is. Stop saying there isn't. If you say there isn't, that's why you've lived what you've lived, and you're going to continue to live what you live. Stop telling other people it ain't perfect. It is, and it can be perfect. If they want it to be perfect, it can be perfect. The problem is we're letting everybody else dictate what can and can't happen in our life because of what didn't happen and what doesn't happen in theirs. We need to stop it and take back our control, our God-given right to choose the life we live. That is what this podcast is about, because I'm getting sick of it. God dang it. And it starts from our childhood. I promise you, where I've been the last couple of months, and I've been seeing the babies being born, and when I walk in those rooms and I see those kids, I pray a prayer of blessing that they get it, that they are covered from their emotions to their heart, to the core of their being, from whatever that mama and that daddy and them grandparents and them cousins and aunties that's coming in and out of them room, whatever they're going through, whatever they're dealing with, that don't none of them low vibrations penetrate through that child, that child can remain an individual and get it and live the life they were born into this world to live, which is their prerogative. Shoot. I'm passionate about this, y'all, because this is some real stuff. This is life. Seriously. And I see it too much, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, I promise you, in about another month or so, I'm about to unfollow a whole lot of people, even my friends and some family members, because it's like some of the stuff is like it's just repetitive, and it's like you just getting tired of the same old the same old message that ain't changing nothing. All it's doing is repeating the generational curses. It's just repeating, what is. They're just stuck, and that's their choice. More power to them, but I'm free. I want other people free. So it's time for us to set ourselves free. He who Christ sets free is free indeed, literally. And we looking at that, all the scriptures. I'm seeing the Bible from a whole total perspective, because you can't look through old eyes and see the new vision. You can't see what God is doing in old beliefs. You can't put new wine in old wineskin. Like, it just is not gonna work. You're gonna continue the same traditions and the same outcomes because you're doing the same thing and thinking the same thing and regurgitating the same word. You gotta get a new revelation of it, a new inspiration from it, in order for new things to happen. What is the definition of insanity? Hello? Somebody wake up. Doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. That's insane. Literally. If I go and I walk into that door and bam, hit my head, then I turn around and go sit down. 5 minutes later, I get back up. Bam, go sit down. Get back up 5 minutes later. Bam, hit my head and go sit. Other than getting a big ass knot on my head, there is nothing new gonna come from that. But some issues with my head, some issues with my body, because I'm gonna be all out of balance, all out of whack, all out of vibe. That is the only thing new gonna come out of that. What I would have to do is make a personal, individual choice to The next time I get up and walk to that door, to open the door and walk through it. That is the only thing that is going to change that belief, change that outcome, is for me to do something different, to think. And the only way I can do something different, which is open the door, is to have thought a different thought about what I was about to go do. Somebody gonna catch that in a minute. Before the action, before the physical manifestation, what you see happens. It is a thought. It is created within first. Before I get up, I have consciously already walked to that door, hit my big head, and came back and sat down. So before I go and do something differently, it consciously has to be in my mind to do it. That is the work. The energetic work is what is important. If you don't get started first before the physical never, it ain't nothing gonna happen. That's why folks ain't got no job, won't get no this, ain't got no that, because they are not doing not the physical work, but the mental, energetic, emotional work. Relationships are not hard. Nor is it hard to find a job, men. For those who say it is. For those who still under the same beliefs that they uncles and aunties and granddaddies and daddies put in them, that the man don't want us to have this and we can't get that, and because I got this I can't do that. Wah, wah, wah. Let me play you a tune. That is all rubbish. It's old beliefs. And if you keep thinking it, you're going to keep getting the same results. If you want to get different results, you got to energetically think something different. And how do you think something different? By replacing that old thought, that old belief with something new. How about for those who claim to be of the biblical persuasion, how about you stop saying what your daddy and uncles and society has programmed you to think, and how about you just quote the word? You know that thing you carry around every Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday up under your arm? You know, the Bible? How about you start using that? You can do all things through Christ that strengthen you. Go figure that. A scripture. A scripture to combat your belief that there are no jobs out there, that they're not hiring black men, that they're not hiring men my age. How about that? A scripture. I ain't even got to get physically or, verbally worldly with you. Just common sense of you can do it, or, what you put your mind. I just go to the word, something that you're supposed to be living by. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. He will supply all my needs according to his riches and glory. The reason you not finding a job, the reason you not getting the things you need or desire is because you don't believe it. Your desire and your belief don't match. So you're not going to see a physical manifestation of it because you are not even in tune with what you say you want. Which really then makes you question, do you really want it? Do you really desire what you're saying out of your mouth you desire? And then, yes, a lot of times you can. We think, we looking in at other people's lives, say he don't want to work because he ain't. No, No, that's not the case. He has not realized, he has not understood what he's even doing to himself. He's sabotaging his own progress by not coming in alignment with who he really is and what he really wants to do. Your desire must match your emotions and your thoughts and your belief. That is the only way you will see the physical manifestation of what you want. Point blank. Yes, any and every one who you look at, and I don't care what you think about them, because remember, your thoughts don't affect no one else's life. As I know you think you all that. I know you think you special. In your world you are, and that's the only place. But your thoughts about what they deserve, what they should have, what they're doing to get what they get, has no effect on them getting it or not getting it, because you think it should be a certain way. People that you see being blessed, you want to call it, or receiving the things that they desire, miracles happening in their lives, or they're having physical manifestations where you can see tangible things that's going on. They get it. Whether they consciously know they're getting it or not, they get it, and they're going to continue to get it. Literally. Everything they desire, because what is happening, it has nothing to do with the physical work you see them doing. All that networking and that putting in time and putting in hours and hours, that's child's play. What they're doing to create what you're tangibly seeing with your two physical eyes is they're working within first, and they're producing from their mind, their heart, and their desires all connect and match, and then you see the results. That is it in a nutshell. You don't have to believe it. You're living it daily. I can look at your life and see it. Other people can live. It's happening daily. I look back at my life. That's why I can speak it with conviction, and God, and I thank Him. I know why I came now to this earth. I know why I told Him to send me down in this body, in this family. Because yes, we had a choice, whether we consciously know it now or not. Just like, remember, we are duplicates of our Father. Jesus, the Father, He said, Father, prepare me a body, I go down. We did the exact same thing. The only thing is, we didn't get on no cross. He did the cross work. We're doing it differently. We're bearing our crosses in a different way. But we all came to come. We all are here to produce and to create. Imagine this, y'all. It came to me this morning when I was doing my study. It says, we are made in His image, right? In His likeness. We're thinking that's it, but I don't even know how we can think that's physically, because He wasn't even a physical being for long, right? So if we're made in His image, in His likeness, then that means whatever energetically, vibrationally He was, we are. That's why it says the God in me, right? Greater is He in me, right? Because He is in you. So yes, you are a part of God. You are a God. We don't like to say that per se. Anytime I'll say this, when we used to be kids watching the different talk shows or award shows, and people would get up to get their award, and they would say, I want to thank God. First thing somebody would say is, they not talking about the real God. They talking about themselves because they think they're God. Guess what? They are. Whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to accept it or not, every person created is a part of God. Every person. I don't care if you believe in him or not, if you acknowledge him or not, because I promise you, if I created something, you best to know, whether you give me credit for creating you or not, I'm still your creator. And if just because you don't believe it, in your world, yes, that may be the case. But in my world, because I know that I created you, you belong to me. So we have to understand that everybody, and that's the problem. Other people want to feel that they are above other people. They want to think that they are better. And it's not consciously, but anyone who looks at someone else and frowns their nose up, or thinks that they got it and the other person doesn't, or, like just the competition part, that's where we got to let go of. Let everyone live their life and just be happy for them. Just understand God. Everybody got their time. Everybody got a season in their life. Just because you, like me right now, I can't, it boggles me because of the way it was done and how, my life has went. But I can't blame anyone. I can't. Yes, I can. It's all their fault. Shit. No, but I don't hold anything against people, because if they don't know, they don't know. Right? Because I promise you, if they knew better, they'd do better. And we want to swear up and down they wouldn't. I know. But hey, it is what it is. Your belief is your belief on that. And I can't change you. And I'm not going to try. Just like no one's going to change me. So don't try. But let's get to the point that I'm saying all this building up to say, in regards to relationships, okay, what I'm gonna need to start happening, okay, I'm gonna see, okay, I'm gonna ask y'all, do me a favor. If you have created, because whether you want to admit to it or believe it or not, you have created a relationship for yourself or in your past. Because if you're honest with yourself and you look back, you will see everything that has happened, you created. Okay? Whether it was personally done, whether it was intentionally done, whether it was consciously done, it was created by thoughts, feelings, emotions, okay? Things that could not be seen. And then it was seen. So, whatever you have lived up until now, you had a hand in it, okay? You allowed someone else to have a hand in it. I am a woman who came out of 2 marriages, right? I take full responsibility for those 2 marriages on my end. And I'm going to be honest, even when I was leaving them, the first, I still was coming into the knowledge of a lot of stuff. So I was still a little going around in circles for the first one. But after this, before I left this second one, I was clear on stuff. And I was cool with it. Now, the other person may have still had some issues and trying to work through some stuff. But like I said, that had nothing to do with me. That was something personal that they have to deal with. And that's what we got to stop allowing other people to throw at you. That is your responsibility to convince or to help or to assist the other person to understand it. No, it ain't got nothing to do with you, because these words can't teach. I can't speak enough in no language to help a man understand what he don't want to understand. Okay? If they didn't understand when you was there, they darn sure ain't gonna understand when you leaving. That's just a given. So what I have learned and what I see is that we individually, each person individually, whether you married, dating, involved, engaged or not, you need to take only responsibility and try and control only your own self. Okay? Because that is the only way you're going to have success in anything. Relationship, familyship, friendship, jobs, business, anything in life is to control you and you alone. Someone even told me that their grandmother used to tell them, you will never be able to control, and you should not try and control another individual. Okay? That's from how they dress, how they talk, how they walk, how they wear, all of that. What they wear, all of that. Right? Now, I can look back and say, yes, I was caught up in that belief. I made a lot of, and we use the word mistake, but it's not even a mistake. It's just a choice. It's a belief. Okay? I wasn't consciously doing it. I didn't understand what I was doing because I was so used to doing it and being done it and having it done to me. Right? People have a list of what they think you should do, what they think you shouldn't do, how you should present yourself, how you shouldn't, what you should wear, what you shouldn't, what you should say, what you shouldn't. So when you're programmed to think that way and when you're raised under that, automatically, unless you come up with a new belief, which is replacing it with something new, something better that works, you're going to do the exact same thing. And I did that in a lot of instances in my life with people. You shouldn't be wearing this because you're portraying to be that, and you shouldn't be saying this because you saying you that, and yada 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 yada. Right? Well, the only way, just like with the other people affecting me, the only way their words affected me was because I allowed them to. So the only way my words will affect anyone else is if they allow it to, right? So in your relationship, like I said, take it from someone who's lived it. When you are in a relationship, stop letting other people convince you or tell you that, and I see these reels and these videos and these posts daily and I just crack up laughing now. They're saying that if you're involved with me, if you talking to me, if we getting to know each other and I don't hear from you, then that means that you not interested really, or you don't really like me, or you cheating on me, or you got somebody else. And this is another one I'm seeing now. If he ain't posting you on his page, if she ain't posting you on her page, that means that you ain't the one. That means that, oh my God. Now I'm going to tell you, the people who saying this, whether they believe it or not, is not for me to say. Okay? Whether it's just something that they're saying, I don't know. Whether they were sent here to create contrast between people, I can't tell you. Just like the narcissist. That's a whole nother story. Everybody was sent here to this world on assignment, right? It is not for me to say what your assignment is. All it is for me not to let your assignment affect me in any way where I mess up what I was sent here to do. And that's to keep my mind straight and keep my vibration straight and keep my life in order so that I can succeed and so that we all can succeed through example. Okay? So, when you let people tell you what things mean in your relationship, the only way it will affect your relationship is if you believe what they're saying. That is why you see physical results from what they're saying. Point taken. Example. Because I lived it, okay? I was accused, okay? I'm going to just say this so that y'all will know. I was accused of having an affair with a sheriff on my job for probably 3.5 years. Okay? Yes. Little old me. Now, when I found out about the affair, because this was not my reality, nor was it my belief, nor did it happen in my world, okay? But I cannot, and I probably will never be able to convince the other person that it did not happen, because that was their belief. That was their truth. And someone, after I left this person, someone explained to me, and shout out to my homeboy, Cutthroat, because he really allowed me to understand that if it's someone else's truth, it's true. And I'm like, but it's not true. He was like, but it is true. He said, it's not true to you, but it's true to them. And when he had to say it about 5 times before I caught it, because I'm like, but it ain't true. I wasn't hearing that. But once I allowed it to marinate, I understood what he was saying. And I get it. It's true. It was true to that person in their thoughts about me. Whether it physically happened or not, it has no bearings on the situation, because between me and that person, that was a truth, which was in my truth was a lie that was keeping us from connecting in any emotional or vibrational level from that point on. And so that person probably still to this day don't get the fact that their truth is what put a wedge between us. And I understand my truth, which was the truth. Because if you ask the sheriff, it will also be his truth, because it did not happen mentally or emotionally to happen physically. So it was not a physical truth, okay? But in that person's mind, it was true, y'all. And so I know why it happened in my life, because it allowed me, once I got out of it and I started learning more about life and how things happen in life and how life works, I see from a first-hand perspective that what I'm living now is I understand it, and it is really how God set up this world to work. And it is the fact. It's not a personal truth. It is a fact. It is like the law of attraction, the law that God allowed when he first created the world, when he said, let there be. When that vibration went out from his voice and it spoke it and it happened and it manifested, and now we all see it, I understand why and how people will grind in like pit bulls on meat, lock down, lock jaw on stuff and not let go. and you just you one of two, you can't convince them, y'all. Stop trying. Like it, you wasting your time, your health, your breath, all that. If that is their truth, you got some choices, okay? So I'm telling you, if you're in a relationship right now and you're being accused of cheating, okay? And they, because that's their belief, okay? They have thought this thought. They have created a frequency. The vibration have went out. Now the law of attraction is going to bring them every freaking fact in the world to validate their belief. Whether it is true or not, it is going to be true to them because they're going to find everything possible. Y'all, I'm telling you, from voice messages, they're going to be taping you. They're going to be hearing all kind of stuff. Conversations that didn't happen, like frequencies, everything is going to work in their behalf because they are powerful creators. We all are. And it makes sense. Everything that happens now makes sense. And if you're not strong in your mind, they will convince you. If you don't stand true to your integrity and in your belief, they will convince you otherwise as to what they're believing. You got to know who you are and what you are. And you got to stand on your truth. If you did not do what people are saying you did, this is what you either going to continue to allow them to accuse you and to degrade your value, your worth, and your God-given right to be the prized possession that you are. Okay? Which is your daily living a lie. You are allowing them to control your environment, to control your relationship, to control your life. Because they are going to repeatedly beat you over the head with that. Every time you go out, you got to check in. Every time you're late, you got to explain why. That is not unconditional, pure. That is not a love. That is not what God created your marriage, your life to be. I'm sorry. You are allowing that. You are convincing yourself because of what other people before you have done, because of the environment and the life, the marriage they created is hard, and sometimes you gotta bite the bullet and take it, and you just gotta stay there, and you just yeah. If that's what you wanna become accustomed to, knock yourself out. But I'm here to let you know, I was sent here on this earth. I was born. My mama and my daddy put them two sperm and eggs and all that stuff together for me to be born, to grow up, to experience what I experienced, to sit here today and give you some first-hand knowledge that you ain't got to take shit from nobody. If you don't feel, if it don't feel right to you, if it ain't giving you life, if you're not growing and maturing in it and feeling good in it, it is not worth your time, your energy, or your life. Get the out. Leave it. You ain't got to stay in no marriage, no relationship. Yes, I just said it. You ain't got to stay. You got the permission. You got the God-given right to choose. Don't let nobody try to make you think a scripture means something other than you know how you feel. You know what you're going through daily. You know where you are. You are being stunted in your growth, in your walk with God, in your development, in your creation, you can't be true to who God created you to be. He did not He did not, y'all. He did not come. That is not life and life more abundantly. I'm sorry. What God has joined together, let no man put us. That is going to literally kill you people. When God joins it together, and and you guys are taking it literally. That's what's making it bad. You're taking it literally, and you are just, words are messing you up. Because what you see in the physical is not the join together. That marriage ceremony is not it. The joining together is the emotions and the attachment of the energy. If your energy is not in tune with the other one, if there's some negativity in there, if you feeling where you can't be your true person who you were created to be, and that is at peace and at harmony within, that is not a bond or an attachment you want to continue. Only you can know, and only you can make the decision on how you are going to live your life. Okay? I've heard it said, and it is one of the most truest things I have heard, and I will believe this. We are so free. We have such a freedomness in our choice to be free that you can choose bondage. And many people, and they will never admit to it because they're in it. And if I purposely locked myself down, I wouldn't admit to it neither, because I did it for twice for about 4 years apiece. But if you're in a marriage that is not, you're not happy within yourself, you are bound. You are bound. You're not free. He said, he who Christ sets free is free indeed. Christ has set you free. You have the ability to walk out any day, any time. You are choosing that bondage based off of your beliefs of the scripture, or what you are allowing other people to make you think the scripture is saying. But if you're not feeling, if you're not capable of being your 100% you, that is not God's will for your life. And you know it. We individually, we know. Because every day we feel that void. We feel that feeling of, oh my God, like, why does it have to? It doesn't. You are still there because you're choosing to be, for whatever reason. You know you are created for more than that. Whether it's a financial situation you done got stuck in and you don't, in your mind, see no way out, that's still a choice. Whether it's kids, that's still a choice. Whether it's because your mama and them said or thinking or what they gonna think, that's still your choice. Whether what the church is gonna think, or that is still your choice. Just like you're choosing to allow those to control, why don't you look at the people? How many pastors and preachers and teachers have let go in front of large congregations because they knew within? The last ones that I have seen, and this was one of the best examples, of being aligned, both people being in agreement and in alignment with their choice, and the best example of how it should be done, Megan Good and her man. I give them freaking thumbs up. I have never, maybe there exists, but I ain't seen it. I've never seen a relationship go a separate way so godly, so they are the example in my book of how it should be done. If it ain't working, it just ain't working. If it's broke, let it go. But usually what happens is one person has that mindset, but you always got the other on the other side who's still trying to force it. And that's why you got the back and forth, the topsy-turvy, the fight, and the this and the that. But when two people are mature, that's what it is, are in alignment, have an understanding, man and woman enough to just say, you know what? Okay, it did not continue, but we had the best time, the times we had. Look at what you did develop together. Look at what you did create together. Look at what you did have together. Look back on the good times, the good memories. And that's where I am in my mind now with both of my marriages. I ain't tripping off of neither one of them men. I want the best for both of them. My son's father already, even before I got into my second, matter of fact, it was around the same time he had met somebody. During that time, it was because I still wasn't quite at the mindset I'm at now. I just wanted him to have something else to focus on. But now I understand, even if he was focused on me, that don't affect me. It's my thoughts of him focusing on me that affects me. It's my thoughts of what he's thinking and what he's doing that affects me. It ain't got nothing to do with him. We keep giving our power away to other people. Stop it. Take back your power. Take back your freedom. Take back your life. God came that you could have life and have it more abundantly. Choose ye this day. It's your choice who you gonna serve. And how you serve God? By being free. By not allowing tradition, beliefs of other people to hinder you and stop you from being happy and at peace within you. The God in you, he said, keep your mind on me and I will keep you in perfect peace. But when your mind is on, well, what is she going to think and how they going to see this and who gives a rat's tail? Nobody but you. And that's what's keeping you stuck. I hope I am able to set someone free today of something, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a position in a church, whether it's a living in a community, staying in a state, whatever your situation is. I pray that you are set free today in your mind to realize you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be at peace. You deserve to be free. Let no other man, woman, boy, girl, dog, cat, monkey, no one else control your destiny, control your life, control your peace. Some people, that's their fate because that's what they've chosen and they're not going to ever leave. That's okay. If they've chosen that, then let them live that. Be happy for them in that, because that's their life. Don't feel sorry for them. If they're not feeling sorry for them, don't stop it. If that person wants to live that life, you cannot get sad enough to make another person happy. Look, I've walked the halls of hospitals, okay? I go in the rooms of patients. And like I said, in my life, everything that's happening is happening for me to understand life even more. Every place you go, people, it's an assignment for you to grasp more understanding of life. I can't go in that room and become a part of their plight, of their struggle, of their sickness, of their sadness, of their ailment. That's not helping them. Me feeling down and depressed and, I can't go in here happy because then they gonna think that's affecting my life, how I feel. I'm not letting nothing or no one change my excitement about life or happiness. They are living that life. No, I'm not what's the word? I have, I have empathy for people, of course. No one wants to see anyone down, but you're not going to make me feel down because you're down. That was your choice to stay down. And whether we want to believe it or not, everyone has a choice. Right now, I can have folks boo-hooing and crying and feeling sad for me for a lot of things. But if I'm not sad, why you sad? You being sad about my situation or what you thinking about my situation ain't affecting me. It's making your life worse. It's making your situations worse. It's keeping your health under. It's keeping your finances at bay. I'm staying happy because that's what keeps me happy and that's what keeps my life flowing. I'm learning daily to create the life I want to live. So each individual have to do that in order to be successful. That is success in a nutshell. It's not the money. It's not the fame. Some people are creating those things because they just know how to do that. But that doesn't mean that they're at peace. That doesn't mean that they have satisfaction. Some people are still seeking and looking and longing for life, enjoyment. I prayed to God. I prayed. And he, when I tell y'all, he answers prayers. I said, Lord, I don't care about the fame, the fortune. Whew, I felt that, y'all. All of that, it's gonna happen, right? Like, that's inevitable in life. The only thing I'm concerned with is life. The only thing I want to know how to do is to be happy, to be at peace, and to have wisdom on how to live and be the best LockMarie possible. That's my only goal and daily agenda in life. That's my passion. That's my purpose. Because if I get that down pat, every other passion and purpose, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. But if I don't come in tune and in alignment with who he created me to be, nothing else will ever be in alignment. Nothing else will ever matter. I don't care what other people see, how they feel about my life. If I don't feel about my life and you don't believe me? Look at people who you know or you've heard of who have committed suicide. What did you see when you looked in at their life? 90% of you didn't see it coming, right? I can't believe. I never thought. I didn't know. you're right. You didn't. Because it wasn't your job to do that. It wasn't your purpose here to do that. Nothing you thought about them, nothing you felt about them, nothing you wanted for them, nothing you desired for them mattered. The only thing that affected their life and the taking or the having of their life was themselves. And they proved it by what happened. And that right there, if nothing else, I say, gives you validation as to this is true, that is a perfect example of it. It's a choice. And then, y'all, even with that, I thought about that one day. Y'all crack me up with that. I say y'all because I don't think it no more, but I used to think it too. Oh, they were so selfish. You're darn right they were, because it was their life. It was their life to live, and it was their life to take. Now, between them and God, I ain't got nothing to do with what happens after the life is taken. That's not for me to figure out or to try to figure out. And you shouldn't be trying to figure it out. The only thing you should be trying to figure out is since you still here, what you gonna do with the life you living? What you gonna do with the breath you breathing? That should be your only concern. We spend so much time trying to figure out other people and why they doing this and why they ain't doing that, and why you on the phone? Why you full grown, got grandkids and great grands, and you still on the phone conversating about other people's lives that don't affect you at all? Why? Then you wonder why you can't get your shit together. Then you wonder why your stuff is all out of whack. Focus on you and everything will come together. I know from personal experience, the greatest high, the greatest buzz in life is to get high off of life. I promise you. One of the I can't even think of his name now, but he's a man. He wears the white turban and he has white on, and he does things all over internet and YouTube, and I love to listen to him and have him talk about life and stuff. But he talked about this in one of his videos about the same feeling you get from marijuana or the different drugs people. Because get it, you guys. Oh my God, y'all. Don't y'all get it? A. Hicks. That's my girl. I don't care what nobody say. She says it and she preaches it religiously. And it's so true. Every single freaking thing we do, or we try to get, or we try to pursue, or we put goals for, the only reason you want it is for the feeling you're going to get when you get it. Why do people do drugs? Why do people drink? Because of how it makes them feel. It takes you away from whatever you've been thinking about, whatever you've been dealing with, whatever you've been, focused on in your physical. Whatever you have created and manifested, it takes you away from it. And it gives you a feeling for that split second or for that moment. Sex. Y'all, this is deep. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm learning this daily by my own personal life and feeling. Sex, y'all. Even that relationship you in. Okay, because like I said, especially my last marriage, my God. My last marriage taught me so much now that I look back. Men, you think you need sex from your woman. You don't. And I know y'all like, that's a lot. That's a lot from the pit of hell. No. That feeling you're feeling, that what you call quote unquote horny, you're not horny. It ain't even that that your that that area down there, that long thing God gave you down there, yeah, that's not what you're feeling. It's deeper. It's a feeling that is not, it's connected within the core of you. And God was cold with it. He put it down there. He made it feel as if it's in there, but it's a part. I'm going to say, I haven't done the study of it, so don't quote me, but I'm going to look at it. It's the core chakra, they call it. What that is? Chakra. It's in there, and it's near that part. That's why a man can have sex with multiple women. And hell, now some women, because we ain't as emotional as we used to be. Some women can have sex with multiple partners and not feel an attachment because it's not about the sex. There's no emotion there. Sex is an act because it really is an act. The only reason sex becomes emotional or an attachment is if both people are in tune emotionally and vibrationally with each other. That's when it makes a connection or a spiritual connection. The act of sex alone does not connect you. They don't be going around having multiple partners and okay, that's fine. I'm not going to dispute it. But that's not the reason why. It has nothing to do with what they're saying it has to do with, because you don't have to be connected with that person. You're not taking a part of them. The only way you're taking a part of them is if they believe you're taking a part of them. That's why a man can leave you after he has sex with you and not call you ever again, because his belief is not he's taking a part of you, nor is he have you taken a part of him. He got what he wanted and he left. Women believe that sex is something that's deep. I'm going to be honest. That's not my belief. It never has been and it never will be. So that the act of sex does not connect me. It does not attach me to you. Okay? It just don't. It goes deeper, y'all. And if you get deeper, you will get it. You are so surface value in your mind with your relationships and with everything. That's why we're missing it. That's why things take you for off and you be like, oh my God, I didn't see it coming, because you're so surface value. You got to go deeper. But yeah, that feeling you feeling, that's why after you have sex, you still not satisfied. Because God put it in you. You're not supposed to be satisfied by that. That has nothing to do with it. That is a drive or a passion within you to do what you were created to do. First thing you feel that feeling, you do is you look for a man or a woman. No. Next time you feel that, what you want to call being horny, I want you to go sit and breathe. Meditate. Start breathing and say, what is it that I should be doing that I'm not? Seriously. Stop distracting yourself with a man or a woman with a toy, because some of y'all don't go get the vibrator, because I'm telling you, I'm telling you, you don't, that vibrator ain't gonna get that spot. Nothing is going to do that. Now, because the genital areas are affected by certain moves and certain, stimulation, you're going to release, you're going to have that, that orgasm or whatever it is. So yes, that is going to satisfy, is once again, that feeling, you're looking for a feeling, you get that feeling, so you think that that's the satisfaction you were needing. But if that was the case, then that would be it. Then you would never need that again. But it is a constant feeling, because that's what you're here for. The feeling of things that you're trying to manifest, things you're trying to reach for. Yeah. that once you get it, then you're on to the next. Once you get it, you're on to the next. Once you reach that goal, once you get that degree, then you're going to get another degree, then you're going to get it's the feeling you got once you got that degree. That it wasn't the degree, it wasn't the woman, it wasn't the pursuit of having her, it was the feeling once you got her. Then once that feeling subsides and goes, then you're on. That's why women, I could tell you how to keep a man. Because I'm telling you, just because I've been married twice, I left. I would still be in my first marriage today, y'all. He wasn't going nowhere. You can laugh because I'm serious on that one. Because I know how to keep him. I know. And I understand now why I kept and why they pursued me, or people pursue me the way they do, because of I know what I think or how I feel in regards to relationships, in regards to men. So I know what I'm saying is true. I just wasn't applying it in other areas of my life, and now I see it works for every area of your life. Hey, I got it. Once you get it, y'all, you got it. And life, when I tell you, every area of your life will just pan out and become so sweet and so complete, and you just be chilling. You don't be worried. You're not tripping, because you know it is what it is. It's all good. Like, literally, it's all good. All is well, because all is well. All ain't well because you're not thinking it is. You're not feeling it is. Your words don't matter if you're not feeling it. Literally. You know how they say, I ain't feeling you. I'm not feeling that. No matter how much you try to convince them with your words and with your actions. Because even those posts I see, actions speak louder than words. Actions and words, neither one of them do anything if the feeling ain't there. If they ain't feeling you, they ain't feeling you. It don't matter what they say, what they do. The feeling has to be there. The vibe has to be there. That's what attracts you to the other person. You think it's their physical appearance, but if you're so far from yourself, then yes, you are physical based, and that's all that's going to attract you. But that's why you can't keep the things that you're getting or keep the momentum going, because it's surface. You gotta get deeper. You gotta go deeper. But yeah, I just wanted to do this podcast. I know I've been ranting. To those who don't get it, it's been a rant. But to those who where I once was, it's gonna make sense and it's gonna click, and then you're gonna be like, you're gonna have that aha moment. And that's why I do these podcasts, and I do because somebody is where I was at one point, where I was on the verge of it. I'm like, there was just some pieces that wasn't connecting, and I prayed, which is what you need to do. In the Bible, it says Solomon, only thing he asked God for was wisdom. And God said that all you got to do is ask. And if you ask, he will give it freely to you. And I remember the day I told him, I said, God, I don't want nothing else, because everything else will come. Just give me wisdom on life. Just help me get this. Help me understand why I'm, who I am and what I'm here for, and what is my life supposed to do. Open up the secret treasures of your heavens to me. I went to the word, and I went to those specific scriptures. I didn't go to the ones that's keeping us in those negative cycles. All have sinned and come short. The evil of the devil, and let that stuff go. You keep focusing on that. That's why you struggling. That's why you warring. Get rid of all them thoughts. There's 100 million. There is 66 books in this Bible. And all you focus on are scriptures about the wicked and the ungodly. Why? Why is that your focus? He has so many promises in there. So many blessings in there. Switch your focus if you want your life to change. If you're tired of fighting and warring, then go to the blessings and the promises. And do that for 30 days. Since you don't want to do a manifestation journal, since you don't want to do any of those other journals, they're too worldly, too carnal for you. Do a biblical journal for 30 days. That's what I'm going to need you to do. Focus on the scriptures. Focus on his promises, his blessings, and watch your world change. That was for somebody who needed it. Because it's game time.
Lit. Game time, but the clock's still going. Ain't nobody listening, but your boy's still flowing. Boat steady sinking, but your boy.
I love y'all. Y'all know I do. That's why I'm laughing and I speak the way I do. Because I want us all to get it. I want us all to be happy. I want us all to be able to laugh at everything, really, at anything. Gigi, I love you, lady. I know you still. You may not be in the physical, but I know you still here, and I get it. I used to watch you and be like, how can this woman just smile at some of the worst things in life, in my opinion? But I get it. I get it now. And I know how and why you did it. I understand. I do. When you are in control of you, no matter what nobody else does or says, it has no effect on you. All it does is hit them karma. The law of all it's going to do is go back on them. You don't have to worry about what people do to you. That's not your issue. That's not your problem. My grandpa said, do good, good will follow you. That's all you. Keep your mind, keep your heart, keep your thoughts, keep your feelings good, and it will follow you. I promise you. But if you're in a relationship, okay, and the other person has a reality of you that does not match reality or your truth, don't waste your time. I'm just telling you. You will not convince anyone. You shouldn't want to. If they love you, you shouldn't have to. That's not love. I'm sorry. Alright. I hope I freed somebody today. Because it's game time. And you wasting time. I love you. Peace. Game time. 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 Hey. 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 You know how we do. Hey. Hey. I'll leave y'all alone. See you later.